Not one, but 2 grand. Hello, what's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video we'll be looking at the Grand Mafia. And previously I've promised to test the myth on crates opening for the obscure weapons exchange, and I'll be opening up crates before the obscure weapons exchange. So now we'll see truly if the crates opening will be worse during the obscure weapons exchange, and I'll probably be opening quite a few thousand crates there, and I'm also very curious to see if the odds will improve if we do not open it at such a great time. Without further ado, let us dive straight into this video, and I'll be opening the developmental crates first, followed by the Kingpin crates, and lastly the special crates. And at the end of this video, you can take a look at my spreadsheet to see how good our draws or how bad our draws are. So yes, I've changed the Grand Mafia to have a landscape view, because previously when I've recorded the crate opening video, the notification kind of like blocks the top layer of probably the best draw of the crates. So if we put this in a landscape mode, it seems that we won't block off our top draw for our crate, so that is a good point, and I'll be able to react better to whatever I am receiving from the crate. First crate that we'll be looking at is the Architect's crate, 36 of them, and we'll just open all of it at once. First 36. One rare, okay, one rare Architect contract. And before I continue, I just want to say that you will get an average of at least one rare elite or even grand contract per 100 crate. Of course, the most common would be one rare, that is the most common. And for elite it will be around a 0.25 to 0.3%, and for grand it will be a 0.1% or even low, 0.08. Alright, let's go back to our crate opening, and for investors crate, 43 of these, and we'll see that one rare investors crate, not too bad. Not a bad start for our developmental crate. We got 2 rare contracts, so it is a pretty decent draw. Next we'll be looking at some Kingpin crates, and we'll be opening the Valkyra first, 153 of this and 100 at a time. So let's hope that we get at least one rare contract per crate. First 100, let's go. 2 elite contracts and 2 rare. That is a very good opening crate. Amazing. It's 4 times the contract that I've ever wanted, and it is an elite contract for 2 of them, so that is pretty good. Now we are looking at it being a possibility that opening during the obscure weapon exchange is a bad time to open, so don't open during that time for now. Let's open our next 53 Valkyra crates. Let's go. Oh, this is quite a bad draw, but our previous draw made up for this bad draw anyway. Next would be the Detectives crate, 177 of this, first 100. And 3 rares. Okay, that's a pretty decent draw. 3 rares, I would not complain as long as we get at least 1 or 2 rare contracts per 100. Next, last 77. 1 rare, alright. Next will be the Mob Boss, 228 crates, first 100. 1 elite. Wow, we are getting elites quite a bit from the crate so far, so that is a very good sign. Next 100. Oh, this is not a very good crate. Last 28. And yeah, not as great as before, but elites are still coming here and there, so that is a very good sign. 272 of the Merciless Rider crate. Let's go, first 100. Okay, 1 rare. This is an average draw, not to be too discouraged yet. Next 100. I'm just waiting for a grand. Oh, pretty bad Merciless Rider crate. Okay, last 72. What if we get a grand for this? Let's go. 1 elite, alright, 1 elite. So far, still pretty decent draws. Now it's the Merc crate, 504 of this. First 100. 1 rare, okay, average. Next 100. 2 rares, okay, still pretty average, above average. Let's go, next 100. 2 rares, okay, that's pretty good. Next 100. 1 elite and 1 rare. That is still a very good draw. Last 104, but we'll get a 4 later. Last 100. 1 grand. Alright, 1 grand. That is what I was waiting for, because it seems that our contracts has been pretty good for rare and above, so I will be expecting some grand contracts here and there, and this is it. I'll also be expecting another few more as I go on recording this crate opening session. So that's our first grand. That is very good, and our last 4 crates. Okay, I wouldn't expect much for 4 crates. And our last Kingpin, 524 of these Narc Dealer crate, first 100. 1 elite, okay, that's off to the good start. Next 100. What I'm talking about, 1 grand contract. It is coming, I just feel it. So this is very good. So far I think we'll be getting quite a good statistical analysis later, and that we'll get some good probability draw from these crates. Next 100. 2 rares, okay, that's decent. Next 100. 1 elite and 1 rare. Alright. Wow, the elites are just popping out, the rares are just coming out. Next 100, let's go. 2 rares, yeah, that is decent, I would say. Last 25. Okay, 25, not much crates anyway. So we have finished our Kingpin Crates. Let's just dive into the special one. I'm very curious about Godfather's Crate. I've never opened Godfather's Crate outside of obscure weapons exchange. So what if the odds are better right now? But before I move into Godfather's Crate, let's open the Grand Jewel and the Grand Contract Crate first. So let's open the Grand Jewel first, and I'll open like 6 of these at a time, because these Grand Jewel and Grand Contract Crates have the top tier probability of getting rare and above jewels or contracts. So just opening a little bit of them still has a chance of you getting really good draws. So first 6 for Jewel Crate. And yep, 2 rares, that's not too bad. At least I get a Biker Attack Jewel. And last 5. Yeah, 1 Elite Bruiser Attack, that's pretty decent for 5 crates. And now let's move on to the Grand Contract Crate, and we open half 5 and 5. First 5. Wow, 2 investor contract elites, and even though I would prefer a Kingpin, but having got these developmental contracts is really a lot rarer than Kingpin contracts, so that's very impressive. And I hope that the next 5 that we open up will get some grand Kingpin items. So let's see. Last 5, or okay, alright, it's 2 rares, so that's not too bad. Very good draws, I must admit. It is beyond my expectations so far for every single crate, so very excited. Let's open our Legacy, one of the better crate draws, or the best behind the Grand Contract Crate. So let's just open a few of these at a time. First 28, let's go randomized. I think we'll get at least 1 grand, definitely 1 grand. First 28, not 1 but 2 grand legacy coins. This is off the charts. I think I would just open all my crates before the obscure weapons exchange. This is just crazy. The amount of grands and elites available is insane. So I have no words to describe how happy I am. Just crazy. And for our first 28 legacy crates, we got 2 grands. So let's open next 30 legacy crate. Let's go. Oh, this is terrible. This is that is crazy. Alright, let's just reduce it, maybe about like 20 legacy coin. Wow, that 2 grand coin just somehow made my luck disappear. So that is crazy. Alright, so I guess I'll just hope for a rare and an elite for our last 25. There's not too much to ask for. I think we'll get at least rare and elites, honestly. These crates are really very good. So last 25, let's go. Wow, 1 grand and 1 rare. Asked for 1 elite, 1 rare, and it gave me a grand. 3 grand legacy coins, that is crazy. A lot better than giving me a couple of rare and elite legacy coins. This is off the charts. Wow, I am so amazed at our draw. This is really, I didn't expect to get 3 grands, and I think this is the first time we've gotten 3 legacy coins that are grand in about 100 crate. That is crazy. I am so excited for our Godfather's Crate. I think we might get a grand coin, but before that, Challengers Crate, let us go first 100. 1 elite off the bat and 1 rare. This is crazy, just giving us contracts. This is the one that is effective and worth for my game. Let's go next 100. What will we get from this? 1 elite again, that is crazy. Nothing to complain about. Last 6, not expecting much about this. Yep, last 6. And now the main attraction, 345 of this Godfather Crate. And I'm expecting now, my hope is risen, expecting at least an elite and grand Godfather's contract. So I've got to brace myself for this. Needed a short break before I proceed because I can feel something's gonna happen. So our first 100 Godfather's crate, let us go right now. Oh, this is the exact same material composition that I usually get, so that's not a good sign. Next 100, let's hope for something better. Let's go. Wow, this terrible. This is extremely terrible, and this from what I've gotten in my past crate versus Godfather's crate is a vast difference. Give some chance to this Godfather's crate and go for next 100. Alright, there's still hope. Let's go. Oh my, that doesn't look good at all. It's not even a single rare Godfather's contract. That is insane, and I won't really be expecting much from 45 Godfather's crate with that. We have opened 300 of those Godfather's crate. That is crazy. But let's go for our last 45 crate. Not a single rare contract and above from 345 Godfather's crate. This is a record. I have at least gotten at least one rare from a few hundred Godfather's crate, but this is crazy. This is insane. It's like my luck has been sucked out from the rest of the crate, and the Godfather's crate just left me with nothing. But again, Godfather's crate is infamous for giving terrible contracts, so I wouldn't say that it is any different. And with this, let me just exchange more equipment coupons and we'll go ahead with more crate opening for Kingpin Crates. Alright, I've exchanged a lot more Mob Boss crate because I really want to exchange my accessories equipment, and of course accessories equipment also has the best exchange rate for Godfather. So let us open our first 100 for Mob Boss crate right now. Wow, it seems like the Godfather's crate has sort of like given bad luck towards the rest of my crate, but I will not be disheartened because Kingpin Crates are still better than Godfather's crate. Let's go for our next 100. One elite, what did I tell you? One elite is back, and one rare, it is back. More elite and more grands. Next 100, let's go. One elite contract. Alright, it's raining elites for Kingpin Crates. That's pretty great. Next 100. One elite again. Wow, it's many elites in a row. That is crazy. I've never seen this happen so often. Next 100, will we get another elite? Oh, one rare. Alright, at least we got a rare. That's back to average. Next 100. One rare again. Okay, that is still average, I would say. Next 100. Two rares. Okay, it's increasing, which means that we'll be seeing an elite soon. Next 100. Oh, one rare is back to average again. Next 100. Two rares. Wow, it's always hovering around 1 and 2 rares. Next 100. 1 grand. What did I say? 1 grand right now. The big picture that I'm seeing right now. Opening more of these crates and getting elites and grands. Let's go. Next 100. Okay, 1 rare. Alright. And our last 100, let's see. Alright, 1 elite and 1 rare. That is pretty good. We'll open another 1200 more boss crate and let us hope for more grands again. I'm very excited for the grands. First 100. 1 grand off the bat. This is crazy. Wow, this is just what I needed. I just need a lot of grands, a lot of elites. My exchange ratio for the contracts is 1 elite per 100 crate. So that is a crazy exchange rate. And this is just moving forward with my insane assumptions of getting all these grand contracts. So that is crazy. First 100, that was massive. Second 100, what will we see right now? Let's go. Okay, 3 rares. That is still pretty decent. 3 rares better than 1 and 2 rares. Next 100, let's go. 1 elite and 1 rare. That is moving up. So we'll be looking at 2 elites soon. Next 100. Oh, 1 rare. Alright, that is back. Next 100. 1 elite, okay, and 1 rare. Alright, this is a very good combination that I also like. Next 100. 1 grand and 1 elite. That is so by far the best combination. 1 grand, 1 elite. I'm very pleased with the opening. So let's go for the next 100. And I think I'll be expecting 1 more grand from this awesome opening. So let's go for the next 100. Okay, 1 rare. Oh, alright. Next 100, let's go. Oh, this is terrible. Never mind. Next 100. 1 elite, okay, and 2 rares. That is a pretty good one. It's building up against building up. Next 100. 1 elite is 1 elite. That's good. That's good. Let us get 1 grand right now. Next 100. 1 rare, okay, 1 rare. Last 100. What will be the verdict on this? Let's go. Alright, it's 2 rares, okay. Okay, 4 more elite contracts are needed for my mob boss crate, so I'm gonna make sure that we get at least 1 elite per 100, or 1 grand would settle it. So let's go, first 100. Alright, 1 elite and 2 rares, that is pretty good. That is like 1.5 elites, very good draw. Next 100, let's go. Oh, that's very bad. No. Oh, that's terrible. Let us go for our next 100. Let's forget about that previous 100. Oh, 1 rare. This is very tough. Last 100. Okay, 1 elite, 1 rare. Will we be able to finish our accessories? Alright, we finished it. 22. So I'll upgrade it another time. I don't have enough diamonds right now. Okay, next up, we need 3 elite contracts for our melee equipment. And I'm hoping to get 3 elites within 200 crates. That is quite a lot to ask for, but I have confidence in our crate opening so far. So let us go for our first 100. 2 rare. Let's go for our last 100 here. 1 elite, okay. Probably have to exchange more. Alright, the rares help with the elite, so I just need 1 more elite. And let's go with this last 100. Okay, let's forget about that last 100 crate and let's open this and it'll give us the contract that we need. 2 rare, will we be able to complete it? Yes, this is completed. Let's go on for our next one. Alright, our next objective now is to get our shoes up, and I have 2,000 crates for shoes. So let us open our first 100. And 1 elite and 2 rares, that is a good start. Next 100, let us go. Ah, that is pretty bad. Next 100. 2 rares, alright. Next 100. 1 rare. Why is it all average? I just want that elite and that grand coming out right now. Please give it to me now. Next 100. This is terrible. Next 100. I need to forget about all the terrible draws and give me a grand now. 1 rare. This is average. Next 100. Wow, the detective crate seems to be super bad. Next 100. Wow, it's really, this is crazy bad. This is really bad. Next 100, let's go. 1 elite, okay. Finally, at least 1 elite. Let's go. Next 100. Wow, detective crate is insanely bad. I've never seen it so bad before. Next 100, let's go. 4 rares, okay, that's equivalent to 1 elite, so that's good. Next 100. So far in our crate opening session, these materials that we've gotten is on par with the Godfather's crate. That is crazy. Take a note that this is a Kingpin crate. That is insane. Next 100, let's go. 2 rares, okay, 2 rares. Next 100. 1 elite and 2 rare, okay. It's building up, Next 100, let's go. And it went back down. That is not what I want. Next 100, let's go. Where is the grand? Where is the elite? Where are the rare contracts right now? That is frustrating. Let's go. Next 100. 1 rare. Wow. Okay, next 100. Let's go. 1 rare again. Okay, next 100. Oh, this is terrible. This is really bad. Last 100. Wow. This is... Detective crate seems to be a very bad crate. Alright, I will not lose faith in the Kingpin crates. I'll give it another chance. I need 15 more elite contracts. Will 1,500 of these detective crate give me the contracts that I need? Still believe that we will get good crates outside the obscure weapons exchanging time. Let us go for first 100. Wow, this is proving me wrong greatly. Next 100. Again, next 100. 1 rare. Wow, this is terrible. Next 100. Seems that detective crate is a very bad crate. 3 rares, that is finally one of the better ones. Next 100. Wow, I'm quite shocked actually. Next 100. Oh, alright, 1 elite. Alright, that's good. 1 elite. Alright, okay. And compared to the previous crate that have gave me grand with few amount of crates, this is crazy. Next 100, let us go. 2 rares, okay. Next 100. 1 elite, okay, maybe after elite will be grand. Next 100, let us go right now. Oh, 1 rare is back to average. Next 100. This is terrible. Next 100. 1 rare, okay. Next 100. This is really quite bad. Okay, 1 elite and 1 rare, alright, but still a very bad draw overall. Next 100. Wow, this is terrible. Wow, we're down to our last 200 crates. Next 100. Last 100. Yeah, this is really bad. Wow, Detective Crate is terrible. Is this a new finding? Detective Crate is that bad? Alright, this is my last 800. It's my last 800 to get 8 elite contracts. I've not maybe I lost faith for this Detective Crate, but I still believe we can get 1 grand from the thousands of crates that we have opened from this. First 100, let's go. Wow, this is proving me wrong over and over. Next 100. 2 rares, alright. Next 100. 1 elite and 1 rare, okay, it's coming up. Next 100. Oh, 1 rare again. Wow, builds me up and kills the momentum. That is terrible. Next 100. 1 rare, okay, next 100. No, nothing. Next 100. 1 rare, wow, this is crazy. Last 100. This is insane. I've opened so many crates and these are the worst crates. Alright guys, just don't open Detective Crate. Don't exchange Detective Crate with your coupons. They are really bad odds. Terrible, insanely bad. I'm very excited to see what my stats will come up from the spreadsheet, and let me just calculate it and get back to you right now. Alright, I'm back with some of my analysis and I've plotted in what I've opened up for the crates, and for this video we'll be testing out if opening crates before the obscure weapons exchange or not during the event itself would give you better draws of rare and above. So on my table below we'll see that for the Architects and Investors crate it is above a 2%, so averaging a 2.5%, so that is very good average, so that would prove hypothesis to be correct. And for the Kingpin ones, I would say that it is of no difference, the same of rare and above contracts, but later on we'll also be comparing how many contracts we get based on percentages for all the rare, elite and grand contracts. For Legacy crate it is 3.8%. I think it's about average. However, if we were to see the grand Legacy coin is at a 2.9% chance, which is insanely high amount. The grand coin is really quite easy to obtain as compared to like elites, which is at 0%. And over at the special crate for Challengers and Godfathers, I would say that it's about similar, but our Godfathers chances were a lot worse off. We have not gotten the 0% or not even a single contract. I think at most we usually would get 1 rare contract, and for this session we opened 10,000 crates, which is a very good sample size. Lastly, at the contract crates, the jewel and the contract, can see that it's very high, so the special like grand jewel and grand contract crates might be better to open not during the obscure weapons exchange event itself. So let us compare with our total crates we have opened for the past couple of years where I've been recording my crate opening, and yeah, about 78,000 crates. And we can see that for the developmental crate it is an obvious increase, so opening developmental crates before or not during the obscure weapons exchange is better. And for Kingpin crates we see that it is exactly the same, almost the same. It's like 1.19%, rare contract 0.8, elite contract almost 0.3, and grand 0.06. so if we were to compare, it is almost identical, so no change at all. You can open your Kingpin crates during the obscure weapons exchange event itself, and I don't think there'll be any difference. And also the average percentage, it is very interesting because we can see that there's only one, which is the Detectives crate, which gives us fewer contracts than usual. And if you compare it, it's also the Detective crate that is about under 1%, but what is surprising is our Merciless Rider standing at 0.74%, so that is quite rare. But again, we have only opened 272 of those, so that is the least accurate because we opened the least crates for this Merciless Rider for this round. And the next up are the Legacy crates, and even our population size statistics, we get more grand coins rather than elite coins, so that is a very interesting thing to take note. Seems like we'll get more grand coins for legacy crates, and averaging at 4.92%, so slightly lower than usual, but our legacy coin for the grand part is almost 2 times more, so that is quite crazy, and I would say that it would triumph the rest of the other rarities, and seems like opening legacy crates pretty good. And of course, special crates, I would say almost identical except for Godfather, which is like 0%. I'm not sure why we got no contracts of rare and above for Godfather's crate. So other than that, it is identical, and when you compare the grand total, it's very similar. I honestly think it's all probability based, and maybe we just got a little bit more lucky with the developmental crate and maybe the grand legacy coin as well. So apart from that, contract crates wise, for the grand jewel and grand contract, it is a big jump over here. 17% average and 23% average. Over here you can see that we gotten 27% and 40%, almost like a 2 times jump, so that is quite insane. So yeah, this is it for my video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and do check out my channel memberships or even join my Discord channel if you want more updates. So yes, this is it, and I'll see you guys again real soon for my next video.